to stop sending the best to them schools.
Oh,
we need
without
to
a
send
doubt.
it back to Darrell Walker. See, because
Without a doubt.
again, when
but
Darrell
hold
Walker
it, Jimmy.
when,
Hold it, Coach
okay.
Williams. Even you said it's gonna be hard for that kid, that top tier kid, to turn down that 100K. My thinking is this: like you said, the top tier guy is going to the McDonald's camp. He killing the AAU, and the second tier dude is doing 5 points less. Now, if we could send, because it's only one Anthony Davis going to Kentucky. Just imagine if we could send 5 Anthony Smiths to Darrell. 5 Anthony Smiths with the authentic work ethic, with the authentic drive, who'd have gone through our gladiator camp. If you get 5 to 7 of those dudes on one team, they taking out Duke, they taking out Kentucky, they taking out those dudes, just like Wisconsin. They get like Frank the Tank and a bunch of scrubs, and they get them to work a system, and they get to the Final Four. Can't we get some second-tier dudes? They might not make the Final Four, but shouldn't they be good for the Sweet 16?
Yeah, but those second-tier dudes, because you got to understand, the University of Minnesota and the University of Vermont understands exactly what you just said.
Exactly.
Hell, I'm not finna get that top. I'm not finna get that top tier 100. Mm-hmm. But we have the funds. We got the funds
to get that second tier dude.
We got the funds to get the second tier dude. Now here we go again.
Right, we back in the mix. Okay.
The Clemsons, they still have the wherewithal to drop $100,000 for that second tier player. Because if I get enough second tier players, I'm in the Sweet 16, and that's $10 million for my conference, and out of that I get 6. I do that enough years, and here I got a new dormitory.
Right. And if you do that in Mississippi once, you got a new dormitory.
You got, man, come on. So we have to start saying, man, it's about building us. The SWAC is on ESPN. No, it ain't on Channel 7, but it's on ESPN.
Yeah, it is.
Picture here. You got to look at the big picture. And I guarantee you, if we do that in the next 5, those players are still going to the NBA and getting paid.
Right.
Oh, they're going to come in and they're going to say, hey, man, no, he wasn't the number 1 pick, but we changing this freaking system. Now, the NBA, they don't care. Yeah, we got you for a steal, but then we can change that. We can change that system. Because let's say the kid that's at Duke now, we know he's coming out, the big tall boy, the freshman.
Yeah. Bagley.
We know he's coming out. Yeah. But let's say he comes out. Let's say he's not the number 1 pick, but he comes out of Tennessee State. And Tennessee State rings the Final Four. Or Tennessee State makes it to the Final Four of the Sweet 16. Hell, everybody in the country done seen him, and they know he ain't got to have gotten paid to come there. However, if the New York, New Jersey, or the Brooklyn Nets want to win, that's our number 1 pick, man.
Yeah, they don't care where they get you from. Scottie Pippen.
They don't care where they get you from. Scottie Pippen. Allah. All right, we paying you, but you our number 1 pick.
Right.
So ultimately, you still gonna get paid, but look what you've done. Look what you've done.
Right.
For Tennessee State or for FAMU. Look what you've done. And it ain't nothing like going somewhere to you want to stretch education. You want to talk about one of the then send all your top from 5 to 10. Y'all go to Howard.
Right.
Y'all go to Bethune-Cookman. But I really want to be an engineer. Okay, you five said y'all want to get into engineering. Y'all do have the aptitude. Bam, go to FAMU. That's an engineering school.
Right.
See, because again, the Georgia Techs, they can afford to because of the endowments, because of the other side of the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
To get that second tier to third tier player. So you got to, it didn't get this way overnight, and it ain't going to change overnight. But your perspective and your understanding of what's going on has to change. Now, does Adidas supply Tennessee State or FAMU? They will if they're winning.
Exactly.
They will if they're winning. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, it'll be a fight to put some shoes on them kids.
It's called social engineering. That's what it's called. So that's just my spin on things over the years, man. And again, I don't know nothing. I ain't played in the NBA. I ain't, hey, I just watch this game and watch players like JoJo White and Gus Williams and Bernard King and World Be Free and Tony Brown and your Larry Birds and your Havliceks and your Jerry West's. I've just seen them cats, but I don't know anything again.
No, it sounds like you know a whole lot, bruh. Because
I'm just saying, when you talk to the average kid, if you don't have the name recognition, you don't know anything, man. So there you have it.
What are your thoughts on this scandal? Because I got my thoughts on it. I think it's just a farce. Again, do you think that if we start paying these kids, because I'm in lockstep with you, start paying these kids, and then we'll get everything in order. We have to start funneling our kids to our institutions. But if we start paying these kids, what about the person that's going to say, again, I'm playing devil's advocate, this is going to push these kids even further away from HBCUs due to their lack of funding in their endowments? Because at that point, only Howard can afford kids. Because last time I checked, Howard does have a hefty endowment, but they would be the only school to be able to afford kids, and then what?
Well, again, unless we wake up and start the process sooner than later, that's going to be the situation we're in. Now, you're making it sound like they just started this process 5 years ago. This process has been ongoing for 20 years. However, the dollar amounts and the money that's involved has gotten so great. You know what I'm saying? That's why I will always tell people the greatest basketball player to lace them up, in my opinion, is Michael Jordan. And why?
Okay.
Because he transcended basketball economically. He changed the name of the game to dollar bill. From the marketing side of what he had on to now, no gym shoe company, man, come on. Since when? Everything and that's why in my man cave, I have a wall of legends. The biggest picture I have on the board is Michael Jordan. Because he started this and they're finishing it. Because, dude, the money involved with the sponsorships now is ridiculous. So should they if they start paying these kids, because you got to look at something. The game has changed so much now that the average kid stays 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
He really doesn't stay 1 year. He stays one semester. Basketball season's over. He doesn't go to another class, and he's out of there because he's getting paid. He's getting paid from day one.
So, with as I stated, and with that being said, how do we even get in the dance? Because I just looked up a few just random HBCUs. Florida A&M got a $101 million endowment. Howard got a $685 million endowment. Winston-Salem State had a $36 million endowment. And shocking to me, Jackson State had a $10 million endowment. How do we compete?
Okay. Now, those are some good numbers. What does Clark have? What does
Clark
Morehouse
Atlanta?
Clark Atlanta. What does Lane have? What does Kentucky State have? Historically, Kentucky State used to Billy Ray Bates and all Tennessee State. They used to bring out pros, man. They don't bring pros out anymore. No top-tier caliber pro athlete goes to those schools because they don't have the funds to say, hey, man, here, we got you.
That's what I'm saying. Without their funding, how do we even compete?
It's got to go back to the grassroots. It's got to go back to the coaches. It's got to go back to, it ain't about me. It's about my race of people. It's about the love of this game to say, hey, man, I'm putting you in the best situation that you can be in. Because at HBCUs, if you're lacking anything, those instructors are going to spend the time to make sure that you bring the effort that you get it. But when you go to Michigan or somewhere and there's 600 kids in the lecture hall, dude, you either get it or you don't. And if you don't know how to reach out, now if you're an athlete, you got all kind of resources. And you got resources for the kids too, but the likelihood of you getting the one-on-one, hands-on, caring, not going to happen. So it's a big, big picture that you got to look at. Listen, I'm almost got to get out of here. Is there anything else you want to touch on before I go?
No, man. You know what? You took care of me, Coach Williams. I'm down. And just for the record, $66 million for Clark Atlanta. Spelman has $367 million. Morehouse $135 million, and Albany State University $22.5 million.
Now, do me a favor.
Okay.
And look up Michigan. Look up.
Oh no, I already know it. It's insane.
Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything we have to start to say? And it's hard. Like I said, it's hard for an individual that has nothing to turn down something. But in the big picture, you got to know that you were going to be an NBA player anyway. So why not go somewhere, 5 to 6 of us, go somewhere, and I'm going to give you another example. That individual, that McDonald's All-American kid said he didn't want to go to Duke. He didn't want to go down there. He went to Missouri. I think there's twin brothers down there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had an interview with that kid, and they said, well, you recruited Duke. I didn't want to go to those places. I wanted to make a